there, Janet Fritz here for Galaxy Girl Creations. Welcome to my channel. Welcome to another day of the Some Assemblage Required Advent Calendar. Today is the 12th, and I'm going to go ahead and open up my 12th package. I haven't actually even opened my 11th package. Maybe I'll do that really quick because MK is doing the odd days, and given that I'm not feeling well, I kind of took a little bit of time to rest, but I'm going to open 11 and 12. So you would have seen this one yesterday from MK, and it's some wood rounds. Very cool. I like those. Oh my goodness, these actually make me think of archery, like archery targets. I know they're wood rounds, but you know what, like Robin Hood. But so yeah, I will use these at some point, but they are not the ones that I'm using today. These are yesterday's. They are super cool. So I'm going to set those aside. I have a little container there, and I'm going to open day 12, and then I am going to go and try and pull some pictures and create with it. Let's see, this one feels kind of bulky. Ooh, that's cool. Ooh, it's chocolate, you guys. Oh, and this looks like, what do you call it? They're mixed media stickers, but they look like a messy chocolate. I'm going to move that out of the way so I can open this and you can see, hopefully. They look like, I don't want to say spilled milk. They look like either chocolate that has been melted and dribbled everywhere, or could be mud. It says, that unfair which fairy doth excel. Yeah, I have no idea what that means. Self does deceive. I think that one, the word will get covered up. Those are cool. They're like chocolatey, chocolate mess. The face thou vie west. Yeah. Ignore the words because I'm covering the words. So yeah, these are really cool. Those are gonna be fun to use. Serving with look his sacred majesty. No idea. Each under eye. Yeah, anyway, we got quite a few of those, and then we've got some chocolate here. Chocolate bars. This says an unexpected piece of chocolate. Oh, happiness is an unexpected piece of chocolate. That's cool. So those will be fun. We've got some chocolate with bites out of it. And then we've got some other chocolates there. So those are cool. I'll have to see if I have any chocolate photos. Chocolatey photos. Yeah. So that'll be fun. I'm going to go ahead and stick these back in here so I don't lose them because they are a little on the small side. Not in a negative way, but just in a way that I don't want to lose them. So I'm not going to be super careful about how I throw them back in there. They're just going back in. But those are super fun. So that's going to be exciting. Oh, see, I would have already lost the little clear ones. I'll stick those back in there too. Okay, so those are going to be fun to use. I'm going to go see if I can pull some photos and see what I can create. So I'll be back in just a minute. It is also Mixed Media Mayhem today, and we are using an image for our inspiration. This is the image, and it is actually Woodgrain and Winter as well, but somehow I completely forgot about it. I guess I got so into creating this that, yeah, it just slipped my mind. So no Woodgrain and Winter for me. I'm going to have to owe you a Woodgrain and Winter on another day. So I started filming this and again forgot to hit the record button, but I used some watercolor on that background there just to put in a little bit of color, the peachy color and the blue color. And then I'm using a Tailored Expression stamp with some Pebbles ink from Catherine Pooler to create this little starry background. It's very simple and the stars are really small. And then I'm using some stencil butter from the Crafter's Workshop through a really old Paige Evans star stencil to give me more stencils, more stars. Um, my stencil butter right here is really, really thick. It is a little on the dry side, so I'm going to have to reconstitute that a little bit. Um, as I kind of work through it, some of those stars just actually flaked right off because it was so dry it didn't stick very well. So there might not be as many stars by the time I am done, but I did add a little water to it and I rehydrated it and it seems to be okay. This particular stamp is from Wild Whisper Designs, which is no longer in business. It is basically, it looks like, coffee rings, I guess, basically. Only on the smaller side. So I am using my Beam paint in Wet Grizzly, which is a brown color watercolor, and it's got an iridescent sheen to it, and I am just putting it onto the stamp and stamping it down. I'm okay with those being super messy, much like a coffee ring would be. Although these would not be coffee rings in the photos, these would be hot chocolate rings, if there are any rings at all, which I'm sure by the time we were done, there were definitely rings because the little guy is definitely a hot mess when it comes to uh, eating and drinking. So he was really into the um, marshmallows and kept putting his hand in the cup. And of course, more liquid is coming out as he's doing that. Basically, I bought the kids some of the chocolate bombs at Trader Joe's, and they look like polar bear snowmen, basically. And then I got myself one of the stir sticks. It's like a popsicle stick with the chocolate on the end. So I'm going to use the pieces from today's advent calendar that say happiness is an unexpected piece of chocolate, and then I'm adding the words in my cup because they are going in the cup. And the way that I did the in my cup, somehow I also don't have that on camera, but I put some white paper onto some brown foam from not Michael's, Walmart. And then I put those stickers right over the top of the white, and then I ran them through my die cut machine. So those are some homemade thickers using the stickers that were in today's advent calendar. And I think that's a really cool effect and a really great way to get some texture on your homemade thickers. It's one thing I really do love about homemade alpha stickers is you can make them whatever you want, whatever paper you've got, whatever pattern you want, whatever color you've got. You can, as you can see here, put stickers over the top. You can do some mixed media over it and make them match perfectly. So no more trying to figure out your which pack has the right alphabet in it or the right letters in it and is not missing the A's and the E's. But obviously in this one, I didn't even need A's and E's. But yeah, I'm really liking how that came out. I thought I'd use that snowman sticker there, and then I realized those were polar bears that they have, and they're not snowmen, which would have been just fine. But I dug through some of my older stash from some Assemblage Required, MK's shop, and she had this melted snowman pack, which basically has all the parts of the snowman minus the snow. And so I'm going to use this scarf and the top hat from that pack. You can see it off to the left-hand side there, instead of the actual snowman that I've got near my title. I apologize for being sniffly and a little raspy. Yeah, just been fighting a cold. And so the longer I talk, the worse it gets. Okay, I don't even know what I'm doing here. Oh, I am cutting out some little splats from the stickers because I had already done the mixed media with the stars over on this side. I really didn't want to put the stickers right over the top of it. I wanted to cut out the splats, but then I didn't have enough splats, so I decided to go ahead and put the sticker down over the top, but then I wanted the stars to show. So you're going to see me go back in with a craft blade and cut around the stars so the stars will show, and so the stickers lay nice and flat rather than being all bumpy over the top of the stars. And it was a whole process, you guys. I do really like the way that the whole thing comes out at the end, but yeah, I kind of worked a little backwards. I should have put the stickers down first and then the mixed media, although I'm not really sure how well the texture paste would have dried over the top of the pet tape. The stickers are made with pet tape, PET tape, which is not porous. So I don't know. It might have taken hours and hours to dry. I'm not really sure. But I just decided to go with it as it is. And I'm totally okay with how it came out. I did have one piece there that you saw me just trimming off the bottom of the pea where my die did not cut all the way through the pet tape. It just had a little tiny snag on it. So I just trimmed that off. But I'm just using my liquid glue to hold everything down, and then my acrylic block right on top just to keep everything nice and in place. I do really like the way that the scarf and the hat nestle right in to my title here. And then I'm going to work on nestling in some of those acrylic candy pieces. I think that's going to work really well. I do not use all of them on this, which is great because there's a lot of them. And then I have some available for another layout. But I do use, I think 5 or 6 of them. And then I'm just using my glue dots to hold those down in place. While I do that, don't forget there are a bunch of people playing along with Mixed Media Mayhem. There is a link to the playlist and the Facebook group down below. You can also go to the albums section in the Facebook group and see what the upcoming inspiration pieces are, whether it's a recipe, an inspiration piece, or a scrap lift. And you can share your work over there if you are someone who likes to share your work. I'm really good about putting it in the group, but not in the albums. So if you're looking for my work, you can just search in the group under my name. And you can go and check out everybody else who's playing along as well by clicking on the link to the playlist, as well as hopefully looking in the album section. Hopefully not everybody's as bad as I am about posting in the albums. Um, And then you're going to want to go and check out MK's channel for today. She is probably using today's items as well, but it is my day to post for the Advent calendar. So she may just be doing Woodgrain and Winter and hopefully not forgetting as I did today. So I will be playing along next week with the Advent calendar, actually all month until the Christmas for the even days. So next week you're going to get Woodgrain and Winter even on days that are not Woodgrain and Winter. And those days are normally Monday, Wednesday, Friday. So Tuesday and Thursday next week, I'll try to make it up to you and do more Woodgrain and Winter to make up for today. So my apologies for that. Now I did go and cut around those stars, and that means my cutting was not perfect. So I just kind of took my wet paintbrush with a little bit more of that wet grizzly paint on it, and I tapped around in some of those areas to grunge them up a bit, and then I'm going around the whole layout with more of that wet grizzly just to finish off the outside edge all the way around. I kind of want a darker edge, and so I went around it a couple of times, and I'm liking how that is looking. Now, I did do all of this mixed media on some Vicky Bouton foundation paper, so it is a thicker paper, and it has a perforated edge because it's out of a paper pad. So I just was filing that perforated edge off, and then I'm doing a little bit of splatter with more of that wet grizzly paint to finish everything. So that's going to give me a nice finished complete edges. And then I'm going to go back in with some bling. I've got a couple of, I think these are Cardabella. I think that's a Cardabella faux brads that I put down. And then I'm going to go in with some red bling dots, as you can see them on my desk there, and add a few of those here and there around my clusters. Again, using glue dots for all of the acrylic pieces, and then the bling already has adhesive on the back. Hopefully it holds. Some of these have been in my stash for quite a while and they don't hold great, but these ones seem to be doing just fine. So I'm going to pop a couple of those around just to give it a little more of a celebratory look and add a little bit more red to my layout. And when I am done with that, I think I'm going to be just about all done. That is it, you guys. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this one. If you have questions or comments, you can leave those down below. I'll get back to you as quickly as I can. Thank you so much for spending time with me today. I really do appreciate it. I'll be back again on Sunday with another one for the Advent calendar, and then Monday with the Advent and more Woodgrain and Winter. So come back and check it out then. Hit the thumbs up if you enjoyed this one, and don't forget to subscribe. I'll see you guys again soon. Bye-bye.